Hello there, my name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney that specializes in Georgia workers' compensation cases. I'd like to welcome you to another episode in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I created this series to provide you with helpful information about Georgia workers' compensation law and the rules and benefits available to you under it. Today, I want to talk to you about a question that many people ask me, and that is, how long will my workers' compensation case take? Well, the answer to that question is not easy. It depends. I don't have a crystal ball and I can't predict the future. How long your workers' compensation case is going to take is going to depend on a number of factors. Workers' compensation cases generally end through settlement. But settlement's not anything that you ever have to do. You can just leave your case open. Now, the other way that a workers' compensation case might end, although it really doesn't end, is when you stop getting workers' compensation benefits. Now that would be when you have really a full recovery from your injury, so that hopefully you don't need any more medical treatment, you can go back to work without any problems, and the insurance company has paid you any permanent partial disability benefits that you may be entitled to. Now really your workers' compensation case is not over at that point. It just means that your case is still open, but if you're completely better and you don't need any more benefits, then you may not receive any more benefits. So for all intents and purposes, your case may be over. One way that your workers' compensation case could end is when certain statutes of limitations run on your case. I'm not going to talk about all the deadlines in Georgia workers' compensation law, but there are certain requirements for when you have to file your case, or basically file a notice of claim, and also certain requirements on when you have to request additional benefits if you want them. And if those time periods run, then your case may very well be over at that point. Now let's assume that none of those things happen and you don't settle. We're just talking generally about how long is it going to be before you reach a settlement, those sort of things. Well, that answer to that question will likely depend on how severe your injury is, how hard it's going to be for you to get back to work, what sort of medical treatment that you need. If you just need some physical therapy and some medication and seeing the doctor a couple of times, your case may be done pretty quickly. But if you need surgery, you have complications from that surgery, or your recovery from surgery takes a while and it's difficult for you to go back to work even after you've had surgery, as it is for many people with serious injuries, then your case could continue for a while before you're at a point where really you should consider settlement. If you check out my other videos in this series talking about settlement workers' compensation cases, you'll notice that one of the things I talk about is that it can be important to wait until you're really at a good timeline when you can make a good decision about settlement before you talk about settling your case. So that's one of the factors that can affect how long your workers' compensation case will take. Because although you may want to have your case done and over with, you really don't want to make a decision where you do that too quickly. Because if you settle and that settlement's approved, once it's approved, you probably can't undo it. So if you make a bad decision because you settle your case too soon, then there's probably not going to be much way to change that decision. Usually the better thing to do is going to be to wait until you've got the medical treatment that you need before you're making that decision about settlement. But again, that particular decision is very fact specific, so there are some times where you might need to settle before your medical treatment's actually completely done. I hope you found this information about how long your workers' compensation case will take helpful. If you have, please let me know. The best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you want more information about workers' compensation, I'd encourage you to visit our Perkins Studdard Workers' Compensation YouTube channel, where you can view all the videos from the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series, and you can also subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos as I publish them. If you've got some specific questions about your case, whether it's about settlement or some other issue, a free consultation is normally the best way to get those questions answered. It doesn't cost you anything and there's no obligation to hire me. You can set one of those up either by calling me at the phone number on the bottom of the screen, and someone from my office will get one scheduled for you, or you can visit our website. That's www.perkinslawtalk.com, and you can complete and submit the consultation request form that's available there. I'd like to thank you again for watching today, and I want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.